Good afternoon and welcome back to our coverage of the 66th National Family Island Regatta from Elizabeth Harbor in downtown Georgetown. With me is Dwight Hart. I'm Reg Smith. Dwight, we got wind, we got boats, we got a beautiful afternoon. We are ready. Let's go racing.
All right, well, definitely, Reg, and we're glad to be here broadcasting with you. B-Class racing about to get underway. As a matter of fact, Reg, I think we've had the gun. It looks like the sales are starting to go up. We've got 11 boats on the line. Reg, let's go down to quick name and list.
Okay,
list
quickly down to we got Susan Chase in the number one position. She has the option to come off the starboard. She's going to come off the port. She's going to starboard. Lonesome Dove on the far end of the. She's by the pin. Queen Drusilla, Lady Natalie, Lady Sonia, Udiva, Old Boy, Cobra, Tarian, Barbarian, and Stores number 2. Let me just go back. The numbers. Susan Chase is number 4. Lonesome Dove, 18. Queen Drusilla, number 7. Lady Natalie, 01. Sonia, 24. Udiva, number 20. Old Boy, number 11. Cobra, 17. Tarian, 33. Barbarian, 05. And Stores number 2, number 10. And that's the way they come off the line, folks.
Well, Reg, definitely looks like number 18, Lonesome Dove, is out and about.
Lonesome Dove is gone.
Clean start.
She was at the pin end of the line, so she's stretching out.
And it looks.
And we have somebody laboring off the start.
Yeah, we had to.
And I think that might be sore plumbing.
And certainly it looks like the Susan Chase is out the gate.
Chase is definitely out.
And let's go down the list. Sail number 11, Old Boy, another boat out of Long Island.
And here's the way this is going to shape up today. The race is going to be Chase is off the line very, very slow. She seems to be in irons. Sails up, but she's not going anywhere right now. They're trying to get her to pay off. And she isn't. Meanwhile, Dove is await on starboard tack off towards the north to Stalking Island. Sonia is right on top of her. Old Boy is right in front of Sonia.
Yeah.
And let's see.
We got the Barbarian looking like she's having a little bit of trouble trying to get the jib going, trying to get the mainsail going. Still struggling.
Queen Drusilla got away to port, Dwight, and going fairly well. She was the one that we thought was laboring on the line. She's away quite well. Tarian, slow start, but off the line. Barbarian off the line on port. Most of them now going on port. Susan Chase just getting going. It's going to be a tough start for her. She's on the lee end of the line, and Dove has already covered, already tacked over onto port, and she is miles to windward.
Yeah, she's really moving. Keep your eye on that Queen Drusilla. Stefano Kemp, one of the new kids on the block, so to speak, as far as sailing, making a name for himself, sailing in B-Class. Also, he's on the A-Class later this afternoon, sailing New Courageous. And as you can see, Reg, it looks like new Susan Chase. Oh, well, that's actually Old Boy now starting to made a tack back to try and keep pace with the Dove. Susan Chase still making her way out towards the downwind marker, and also looks like Lady Sonia at this point just trying to cover Susan Chase. Those are the only two boats now who have not yet tacked back, Susan Chase and Lady Sonia. Everybody else now is headed upwind.
Way on the far side, we have Sonia and Tarian going at it, right? Away on the
that's Tarian.
Left side of the course. That's Sonia tacking onto port now. Udiva is the next boat in. If you look from going left to right across the screen, you have Udiva, and then the boat in front of her is going to be 11. And that's going to be Old Boy. Old Boy
And the Dove.
Sonia, the Dove, and the Chase. The Chase got a bad start, and she's way behind right now.
Well, I can tell you, if the Dove establishes a lead, they're not going to catch her. She's
Not
got
where
as
she
much
is.
forward speed as the Chase and also Lady Sonia on any given day, and she will definitely stay.
Well, this is Chase
with the
going
race.
here across in the middle of the pack, and I understand Stefan realized he's got to get over on that side of the course because that's the wind. That's where the wind is. Down here, and the wind is shifted north. Have you noticed that? It's gone back to the left. So that means that the gaining tack is going to be the starboard tack today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the 66th Annual National Family Island Regatta in Georgetown. Dwight Hart, Reg Smith, happy to bring you coverage.
Oh, Reg, look, we've got the drone. The drone is now up.
The drone is
and
up.
This will give us the best perspective of where these boats are on the race course as they make their way around. And so we're going to ask Burton to get that drone up above the fleet, get in there for as many close shots as he can. Let's see what's going on the decks. I want to see the skippers up close with that drone.
It's going to
Just
be very
look at that.
interesting whether they've moved the marker north or whether it stayed where it is, and it looks like it might still be where it was this morning, which means that the port tack is going to be the gaining tack to get up into Gaviota Bay. The wind has shifted a little bit. It's just gone back now. It's going to be moving a bit, and it's going to be difficult for these guys getting across it. Tariana is way up on the weather. She will be on the weather now of Dove and everybody, and moving quite well.
Well, Reg, if you take a look at our aerial shot from the drone, this kind of give you an idea of exactly who's leading and the distance.
Okay,
And
folks, we're going to get a little closer here. So,
and if that is the Dove, she's definitely starting to stretch it out just a little bit. And I most believe the lead boat we can see from that
yeah,
shot
that is
that's up
Dove.
on your big screens right now is the Lonesome Dove. Jeff Gale and crew out of Abaco really trying to establish a lead. We will just have to wait and see as they make their way to that first marker.
And we're looking at the middle of the course here. We're seeing Susan Chase maybe in irons again for some reason. There's not a whole lot that's happening there today. That's going to be very interesting. Let's just double check that. No, that's Lady Drusilla that's down. We have Lady Drusilla down. Something they've lowered the sail.
Got a mishap
Maybe
with
they're
the sail.
carrying too much sail.
Yeah, the last time I checked, I think Susan Chase would have been in the top 4.
Well,
So,
if you look at the
you better
screen
go find
now, that last boat that you see going across now would be Chase. And Lonesome Dove is across Gaviota Bay and heading into, she's the lead boat on top over there.
and there's your drone shot of the Dove. And Burton, just get that drone down low. Let's pick up the numbers. Let's pick up the skipper. And we're going to ask our drone guy, and as you can see, Burton's doing a masterful job. And there goes the Dove now. And Reg,
Over
I
onto
think
starboard, so she's headed now to the mark.
She's now headed to the mark.
So we're going to be able to see, we can see her just coming out from behind the boat's anchored here, and she's headed pretty much to the mark. I don't know that she'll make it, but again, they're going to be taking that mark this time maybe to port because of the wind shift. We're going to see how
And if
that
we
rounding is going to take.
If we can keep that drone view, okay, there goes the Dove, and she's just cut across. And Reg, I'm not sure which boat that is that's sailing. Couldn't see the number. She just went across.
That is a Dove. She's on starboard,
She's
so
gone to the mark.
She's at the mark, and the rounding is going to be. Is it going to be a starboard rounding? Looks that way.
On the position she's sailing at, that's what it looks like.
Looks like a starboard rounding. But she's not at the mark yet, Dwight. She's still got some ways to go.
And so, yeah, as we can see now from that aerial view,
she's tacking now.
It looks like she's now made another tack.
Yeah, she's gone on to port.
And right now it looks like she's just trying to cover, and it looks like that's the Lady Sonia that she is trying to stay on top of. Number 24, Lady Sonia. And so the Dove is now covering, trying her best to cover Lady Sonia, because it looks like Buzzy's definitely sailed himself into the second place at this point. Well, maybe third place, because I think Old Boy just came. So that looks like your top three boats right there: the Lonesome Dove, Old Boy, and Lady Sonia. A nice duel going on now for first place. And as I'm sure we'll see Old Boy tack back in a couple of minutes.
Here we go.
And there she
Here's
goes.
the tack going back to the mark.
He's tacking back. And there goes the Dove around the mark in first place.
As expected.
And that there is the best view right there. That shows you exactly the maneuvering around the mark. And there she goes. Dove in first place. Reg,
yep.
It looks like she may have about...
Count it off.
I would call it 15 to 20 seconds on second place, and it looks like, well, definitely Sonia is trying to get around. View to see where she is, and it looks like Buzzy's gonna have to just tack behind Old Boy. And there you go, a close second and third. And Reg, let's just confirm that that's Old Boy. Or is that the new Susan Chase?
That's an interesting reach off
Old
there.
Boy, there you go.
Trying to see where the
second
course
place,
goes.
Old Boy. And here comes Buzzy.
Here comes Lady Sonia.
Lady Sonia in third place. Around the mark.
And they're taking that as starboard rounding.
Let me tell you, the Dove is starting to stretch out that lead right now, and with the kind of speed that she carries, it's really interesting to see if they'll ever catch her.
It's an interesting course.
This race may be over from the first lap.
Are they going east from there then? They're going down the harbor, is that it looks like, or are they coming back across in here? We don't have this course, folks, and so we're just guessing as to where they're going. They had a starboard rounding at the windward mark, and we would have expected them to come here.
They're coming back.
Are they coming back here?
They're coming back towards the downwind marker.
Okay. So that would have been a drive behind there.
All right, and there comes...
Here they come.
Fourth, Susan Chase.
Susan Chase in fourth. That would be a big makeup for her.
Let's pick up the sail number. Susan Chase 04. So Susan Chase sailing with number 4. She's gone around in fourth place. And coming around in fifth place, I think we've got the U-Diva.
Okay, I'll give it to you coming down, Dwight. We've got Dove leading, and behind her is 24. Lady Sonia seems to be in second.
Old Boy second, Lady Sonia in third, unless
is she?
Unless Sonia has gone
I
by
think
it.
Sonia might have gone by, because we'll see right now who comes out here first. Yep.
There goes your fifth place boat around, followed by your sixth place, Reg, and I think that may be your crew on the Tarian, if I'm not...
Tarian should be somewhere there. Sonia is in second. And the Chase is in fourth. So that's the way they're coming down the first four boats.
I think that might have been Cobra to go around in 6th place.
Dwight, it's a jiving on that windward mark, aren't they? It's a big draw because Chase just jived away from the mark.
And there's a shot of Buzzy Roll and Lady Sonia. And
okay,
right
for
now
those of you
they
watching
are
on the
fighting.
shoreline, coming out from behind Carb Warrior is the Dove. And the next one out would be Lady Sonia. Is that what you're seeing, Dwight?
Well, we're gonna get a wider shot come into our screen right now.
Wind has dropped off a bit and backed a little bit more to the east.
And Reg, if you take a look on the big screen right now, this gives you a good perspective of how the boats are laid out right now on the course. First, second, and third pretty much together. Fourth, fifth, and sixth together. 7, 8, 9th, and 10th together.
And here comes Sonia. This is the match we've been looking for, Sonia and Chase. This is the match you're looking for, but Chase is in 4th right now. Dove
is in 1st place.
Is in command.
And the Dove has flown. She's flown out the coop.
And old boy.
So you were correct. Lady Sonia has actually...
She went by, and she went by quickly.
Went by. Well, you know, when she came to the mark, she was actually carrying more speed.
Yeah.
But she just had to give old boy buoy room to get around. And
here's
so
something that we do on these boats. It's very interesting. If you notice, we're coming down with the main sail is on the port side of the boat, but the jib
is on the other side.
Is on the wing-a-wing.
Okay.
The old days, they used to say, "Boodiga, wing-a-wing." The sails on different sides of the boat. So, 4th boat, Susan Chase. Just confirming that for you. Yep. Susan Chase is in 4th. And that's a really, really big comeback. Remember, she tacked and went over on starboard to pick up that side of the course. That was a good move.
Reg, from the shore looking out, it would seem to be the distance between 1st and 2nd is
increasing.
Well, not very, very large, but if you look on what are we showing on television, the camera does not lie. That is a tremendous lead between 1st place and 2nd place at this point, and it is definitely increasing.
And the thing about leads today, Dwight, with the wind the way it is, when we come around the lower mark now, we're going to watch what happens here. Chances are Sonia will come around the mark and go back north if Dove doesn't, because the wind's shifting so much, you can get caught on the wrong side of the course. So you shouldn't get too far away from the competition. So we see what happens here. This is going to be very interesting.
When they come around the next marker. But definitely the Dove is flapping her wings and flying away from the rest of the pack. 2nd place, Lady Sonia, doing her best to maintain that lead. Old boy trying to sail the lady down. Susan Chase making up some ground. Really starting to stretch out.
And the wind is back up again.
And I think, Reg, the blue boat is Udiva.
And is that Barbarian
coming
next?
She's in 5th place, and it looks like Barbarian in 6th place. Followed in 7th place.
So this mark they're going to take to starboard again. And so they'll round and go back.
You sure starboard or port? It looks like the...
Well, if they take it to port, it's going to be a jibe, and they had to jibe on the eastern mark, so I don't think they'll do that here. This should be a starboard rounding. That distance between Old Boy and Sonia is not changing very much, so the speeds there seem to be equal.
All right, so Reg, explain to me the kind of movement around the buoy right now.
Guess what? This is going to be a
Port.
port rounding.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
And so we have Lonesome Dove going around. And we'll let you know exactly how many seconds between her and the second place boat. Right now they're at 5, 10,
It's interesting that they're jibing both marks today.
15.
Yep, here goes the jibe off Sonia.
20.
When we say jibe, folks, that means that the boat is going downwind. The boom's going to come across the wind to the other side.
Yes.
And you can see Sonia just did that. Now old boy will try to jibe. She's already jibed and try to come inside Sonia. I doubt Sonia will let that happen.
And so we've got a 30-second lead between the Lonesome Dove and the Lady Sonia.
Good rounding there. Dove trying to get on top of Sonia. She can't live there. Oh boy, I'm sorry, trying to get on top of Sonia, and she won't be able to live there.
And Buzzy won't allow her to get around.
Buzzy didn't allow it. She may have to tack away. That's an interesting rounding there, folks. And here comes
Susan Chase.
Susan Chase, jibing over, and she's made up a lot of ground here.
That's always a dangerous maneuver.
Always.
For these boats, isn't
Always.
it? When you have to swing that heavy boom over to the other side, and at the same time you have to have movement of men.
Timing.
Perfect.
You've got to get people out on that prime when that boom comes across, otherwise you could have a problem.
And so there goes the Susan Chase. She came in first yesterday, right? And
After it didn't look like she would.
Stefan has been trying to succeed at pulling off a trifecta in Georgetown for some time. He came close a couple of years ago. Doesn't look like he.
But I think wasn't Dove the spoiler last time as well, or was it Sonia?
Well, both boats. Well, he actually lost. He had C class one, B class one. He lost a trifecta in A class.
A class.
A class.
So as you can see, folks, what's happening here is the wind is moving back and forth. The north and south is moving back along Stocking Island, which allows these boats to point more up to the mark. On this leg, they're pointing a little higher than they did last time. And so while Dove is way out in front, I'm waiting to see who is going to go back once they're around the lower marker, who's going to go back north, and no one's done that so far. If they don't get her into any kind of tacking here, it's over.
Change. Well, there goes what you were asking for.
I guess who that is.
Old boy's tack back.
Is that old boy or is that
old boy?
Chase.
Old boy. No,
That's
Chase.
old boy.
Chase is coming.
So old boys. In the old days we call that call and report.
Yeah.
So old boy just called him. Let's see if he reports. I don't think Dove's going to answer.
Well, I think he may have been looking for Buzzy on Lady Sonia to cover, but I think Buzzy's got his eyes set on trying to run down the Lonesome Dove, and he's not going to get caught up in any gamemanship.
Well, at some point, Buzzy's going to have to make a move because here comes
Susan Chase.
The Chase, and the Chase is on top of Buzzy somehow, and I don't know how she got there. They must have really done a big push-up, or the wind shifted coming around the mark. So this is the difficulty today, people, in trying to. You have to watch everybody
yeah,
because the wind is shifting around a bit.
Yep.
Dove, Udiva again, doesn't seem to be moving as well as she did at best of best. She's right now in 5th position. She's bouncing a little, which is not a good sign. She's not driving.
There's your view of Lonesome Dove, and she is really in a lonesome position because she's all alone out front.
She is a lonesome dove.
And doing her best to move away from the rest of the fleet.
And now she just tacked over. The Dove is tacked over.
All right, and there's the Dove.
And I'm going to believe that Buzzy might even tack underneath. Let's see if he comes across. Looking for Lady Sonia.
Buzzy may have tacked underneath and forced her.
And maybe that's why she did tack, to cover. Because that's the side of the course you want to be on.
Yeah.
You want to get up on the
get
windward
that
side of the course.
breeze that's coming over off of Stockton Island.
Yeah.
And of course, Wiley Stephan is just going to be waiting in the background, waiting for someone to make a mistake.
He's waiting for somebody to make his mistake. And you can see UDEEM attacking right in front of us here, going back north again. They want to stay up on the top end of the course.
Reg, it looks like your Exuma Sailing Club, Tarianne, is following the Barbarian. So
Tarianne is a small sail, so
small sail,
she
yes.
doesn't have the power of the bigger boats, but she does well. So that's right. The chase has Stephan's doing the same thing he did last time. He tacked here, and he's trying to get on top of the course. He's probably going to be at that mark. If Old Boy does not cover him, he'll probably catch her. And that's Old Boy or Dove coming across now.
that's the Dove.
That's the Dove. Dove is across, and Dove is across Old Boy. Well across. Still looking for Sonia. This is interesting.
Just on top of the freighter.
That's what I'm looking for.
There goes Sonia.
Yeah,
You can
that
see
was
Sonia in
there.
the distance.
That's Barbarian crossing. Dove is by herself. Dove is by herself going to the mark. She's on starboard and really powering. Wind falling, it's up and down. It's
Yeah, it
fallen
seems-
out again. It's
seems
gone
to
down
have
again.
dropped- Yeah, it seems to have dropped 2 or 3 knots since this race started.
It's an interesting course today with the wind where it is. We don't see this very often where the wind is coming directly out of Harkin Hole.
And there's a view of the Dove from our drone. Those guys are looking very comfortable in doing what they're doing. In the distance you can see the Lady Sonia.
And now, Dwight, I believe Susan Chase is on the lay line because she's put her bow down and she's really going. She's in the middle of our course right here, and she might just be on the mark, which is going to be. So we want to watch the windward mark now, folks, because that's the next coming together of all of the boats.
It will show you exactly who's who and where they are. So we're going to have to wait just a bit until the boats actually get back to the mark again. And that will give us a good idea. And as you can see, there goes the Dove now making another tack back. And
Dove just covered Susan Chase.
well, in addition, if you look, you can see coming across to meet her is Lady Sonia.
And there comes the Sonia. Let's
And
watch
so
this crossing.
Sonia should definitely cut Susan Chase without a problem.
And she might get Dove as well.
And well, I don't think so. I think the Dove has got it covered, Reg. I think the Dove has got it covered. That was quite a bit of distance between first and second place.
It was. It's just whether the wind shift has favored one or the other. And it's going to be pretty close, right? Keep an eye on that.
Reg, I think the distance is a little bit greater.
Buzzie's
than,
got starboard.
than you
Let's
can
see what happens. Here we go.
No, she's got it covered.
She's got it covered.
Yeah, that's not close.
Okay, so
That's not
she's
close.
across.
That's not close.
She's across. And she's not going to tack to cover. So Buzzie will keep going because she has to now worry about Susan Chase, which is under her lee.
Well, also Old Boy. Don't
Closer
forget.
to the mark and Old Boy. So
Old
she's
Boy
got
is also in
two of
there.
them.
And there goes Susan Chase now. She's sorry, the Lady Sonia has just tacked back, and she's now going to just follow the Dove all the way to the mark.
So if we watch in between here, we can just about see where the turn is going to be. But don't forget, it's a starboard, so they'll jive around that. Either there or they'll come around the mark.
And there's a view of Stocking Island as those boats maneuver amongst the many yachts that are parked. And there's Tony Knowles on the Triton, following around, trying to give some support
But later on today,
to the Long Island crew riding on that boat. He's from Exuma.
is any relation to you, Dwight?
He's my father, only on Sundays though, because he pulls for Long Island. He's a big Long Island fan, and he
there must be.
When it comes to sailboats, if I could say.
Okay, folks, here we come to the windward mark. Old boy, he's got a nose stuck in there. Susan Chase. It's going to be very interesting who's around this mark first. It should be Dove. I don't see Jeff letting anybody get to him right now.
Reg.
Here she comes. You've got it on the big screen, Dwight. How do we look?
Right now, here's our aerial view. They're coming to the mark.
I don't see anyone behind it, Dwight.
Well, she's definitely got company with Lady Sonia. But again,
there's a boat in front of her.
She established quite a bit of a lead to begin with, and so it's not very close.
Is Old Boy in front of her, Dwight?
No. Old Boy is a distance away
to
from
lead?
the mark. Yeah. If you take
okay.
if you take a look at our big screen, Reg.
Okay, she's around.
She's coming around. She's coming up to the mark right now.
She's around. That means that Old Boy has to go back on starboard to get there, so Sonia will probably come in.
So here comes the Dove. She's around the mark safely.
Okay. So let's look for number 2.
Well, it's going to be interesting between
Old
Boy
Boy
and Lady Sonia. But
somebody's driving over now. Is that Dove?
That's the Dove now getting back on the bed to head home.
Okay.
And here comes
Sonia.
Lady Sonia. And she's going to get around in second. She's gone. And there goes Lady Sonia. Fuzzy
Sonia
rolling.
around?
She's around.
Interesting roundings.
Yeah. And here comes your third place boat, Old Boy.
Old Boy. And Susan Chase should be very close behind.
That's a shot of the Susan Chase.
So now it's going to be a foot race to the lower mark.
Reg, can you believe it? That is actually Susan Chase.
Yep.
That went around in third place. So she's now taken over from Old Boy.
I thought she would get up in there.
And so Old Boy is now dropped down to fourth place. Got his eyes
set on Sonia.
Set on Sonia.
And that's a matchup that we love to see. It's a matchup we love to see because these two boats have been at each other. One of the best match races ever in this harbor was between Lady Sonia and Susan Chase.
All right, Old Boy now safely around. And she's, I mean, really, Susan Chase has put some distance between her and Old Boy.
That tack that he made on starboard going over to the north side of the course.
Yeah.
Positioning tack for it.
And I think it looks like Udiva holding on to fifth place. About to go around the mark.
Still a lot of racing. We have 9 boats in the fleet, folks. I'm looking for Stores Plumbing, number 10. See where that boat is going to end up because she's had some work done to her. And
11. We had 11 starts.
11 starts. I said 9. It's 11, yeah. But we didn't see her through here, did we? Stores Plumbing. We'll look for it now.
Try to pick up number 10 on the
She
seal.
broke a boom yesterday. They're biggest sail today. Kind of an interesting, sunny. Got that squall up to the northeast, to north of Stocking Island, still affecting and the winds and affecting the weather. But we have no rain. It's a beautiful day. If you're in the area, come on down. Nice. We've got the big boys coming out this afternoon.
Oh yeah.
Next race is going to be Tidal Wave and Legend. Oh, yeah. We want to see what Legend's going to do today because yesterday she didn't have the sail.
I like the way that name rolls off your tongue. You should say it some more.
What's that?
The name of that boat you called just
Legend?
No. Get low in the alphabet. Get low in the alphabet, Reg. Get low in the alphabet.
We're going to hear the roar today. So Brooks is going to be ready. But David said he's got something for us.
Yeah.
Well, so we want to see what's going to happen there.
It's always good to have competitive sailing.
So Dwight, we still have the same order. We've got Lady Sonia in second. The gap is a little wider, though. I think.
I told you, you know, you see it wider initially, but look at the distance between second and third right now.
But look at Chase come on to Sonia.
I'm telling you,
that's a big change. That is a huge change.
Well, you know, the name of that boat,
Chase,
says it all. Chase. Yeah. So she's definitely chasing down the others.
So, folks, we're looking out at the harbor. Boats coming right across the screen. The closest boat to us is Lonesome Dove. She's leading the race. Second, the red boat is Lady Sonia, and right behind her is Susan Chase. What is interesting is Stefan is now in a position that Buzzy had him in yesterday in the C class. So you're not allowed to run behind a boat directly in the stern.
Right.
So you have to stay to one side or the other.
Right.
In a zone, and the zone is about 3 boat lengths. So 3 boat lengths, you cannot come directly astern. 20 boat lengths, you can go wherever you want.
Okay.
If you're passing a boat downwind, you have to be at least 3 boat lengths to windward. You can't just come and have your boom sweep over the deck. So these are some rules of the road that we try to observe, and that's what we look for as boats approach the mark. When they get to within 3 boat lengths of the lower mark, you're going to see the maneuver. Now, if 2 boats are coming to the mark at the same time, the one on the inside of that circle has the right of way. The boat on the outside has to keep away. She's the burden boat. So we look for that too when we have a close rounding like we expect to see between Sonia and Chase right now.
Right.
And I don't think Chase will get any closer, but Chase again is on the windward of Sonia, coming to that mark. Let's see if Buzzy leaves him in that position or takes him out of that position by luffing up.
The Chase is going to run out of race course before
the lower mark.
Before she
catches her.
Yeah, I think she's going to run out because once they would have come around this marker, they're going to sail to the gun, I assume.
Yeah,
which is going to be just
in beyond this vessel here.
The cargo ships that are docked at the Elizabeth Harbor port. And so for those of you who are following and also the Regatta stream, B-class racing about to be completed, the first competitive score race of the regatta. Earlier this morning, Reg, obviously we had the C-class. And again, Woody K, Stefan Knowles, doing what he normally does, coming across in first place, followed by Zena in second place. Bull Rally out of Baratari, coming across in third place. Sacrifice, Colin Cartwright, the Hog.
The Hog.
Doing a fourth place
finish.
finish.
I'm happy for Colin.
Yeah, Colin deserves a break. Well. He deserves a break.
He's showing well.
And he's been fighting to take down Woody K. He thinks that he has the skill set and the horsepower to do it. He may be dreaming just a little bit.
Well, listen, if you don't dream.
We got to dream.
Okay?
Right? I had a dream about a white ghost, Reg, which I will relay that dream to our listening audience when we come back to do the A-class.
To the A-class.
Yeah. Because the dream is relevant to A-class sailing. But for right now, we have B-class about to go around.
So the jibe is in.
And we call this, you'd call this the downwind marker?
This is the leeward marker, yes.
Leeward marker.
This is the leeward marker.
There goes the Chase.
So Dove is around.
The Dove around for the final time. And she's going to sail up to the finish line. Fantastic happens, she will win this race with a commanding lead, as you said, D. Smith.
She's got a commanding lead.
Likes
That's
to say.
Dee's favorite terminology. Got about maybe less than a quarter mile to the finish, and Dove is well away. It's going to be more of a check than a more of a reach, and so she's doing quite well.
Second
Here
place
comes Sonia.
is going to be Lady Sonia.
And look how close Susan Chase has come to Sonia now. This is going to be very interesting. The rounding here. Susan hasn't. Here comes the drive now. Buzzy will tighten that down so she won't get on top of him.
Yeah, Sonia has speed. I don't think that the Chase is going to be able to catch it.
Well,
these three boats, Reg, in the order that they're in right now, on any given day, in my experience of covering regattas for the last 14 years, Dove, Sonia, Chase, almost every race finish for second, third. Yeah.
Classic.
Those are the boats to beat. But Susan Chase definitely trying her best to chase down Lady
Well,
Sonia.
It's interesting thing just now. Chase just tacked. I'm wondering if they're doing another lap. Chase just went north, and I'm wondering if they're going to go around again.
That may be the case, because there would be no other reason to tack.
Because Dove certainly isn't coming in here.
You're right.
So maybe we're going to have a second lap, and if we do, that tack that Susan Chase just took could be very telling.
Well, it's the same tack she took the last lap, and she made up quite a bit of ground.
Exactly.
So
She's a little bit further down. She took it sooner this time.
yeah,
As soon as she came around, and that's very, very important because that puts her way on top of Dove just here. And if you get a little shift, just a little shift, it'll really make a big difference.
We'll see whether that tactical move by Stefan Knowles on the Susan Chase is going to pay off at the end of the race. But the Dove, I don't think is too worried about the Chase, but Buzzy needs to keep the Chase in his rearview mirror.
Well, I think they both have to because, you know, we were saying that the wind is shifting back and forth. And if you get caught on the wrong side, imagine if you're on this side, right, and the wind shifts left, and you tack back, and now you're going up to Lily Key, the other guys are going to go directly to the mark. And that's what Stefan is hoping now, that he's going to get a shift. Because if it shifts the other way, then he's toast.
Well, he's sailing by himself right now in that position because everybody else is on the same track.
So, folks, the reason we're saying there has to be another lap is because Chase would not make this tack to stop it if they were coming to the finish line.
Yes,
so we know definitely that there's another lap working here. We're going to see what happens when Stefan tacks from where he is, whether or not Dove is going to call him or respond to him. These are the B-class boats. They're 21 feet long. They carry 2 sails. The big sail that you see is their main sail. The little sail, of course, is the jib. The way this works, you have 2 wings. You have the big sail is the power, but that little jib on the front really is like the generator. The slot between the 2 sails, and the wind passing between that back of the main, lifting the boat up into the wind. So that's why we have the 2 sails on these boats.
All right, well, you see, Susan Chase has now decided to come back.
Tacked. So look for the Dove.
The Dove is still making her way.
To get over there real quick. Dove should be coming back. Can we see it on the screen, Dwight? Dove should be on starboard now, coming back over to cover Chase.
She hasn't tacked us yet.
She hasn't.
No.
She should soon. Both Dove and
Susan and the Lady Sonia.
And Lady Sonia should be on starboard coming. We should see them any minute coming back across. because they can't let Stefan get too far down
Yes.
towards the mark. Wind is fresh in the game. We're back up to about 14K. It's moved a little bit back north. If you're looking
This
at your
particular
screen,
view right now, Reg, gives you an idea of where the boats are.
okay.
Shows you the course stretched out, and that's a view from the drone. And it kind of gives you a pretty good idea of the distance between the Dove and Lady Sonia. And as you can see, both of them continuing to sail upwind. No tacking as yet.
That might be a mistake. If they stay there too long, Susan
Well,
will...
it depends, Reg, on where the finish line is going to be.
Yeah.
Because we may be looking at a finish somewhere up in that area.
Well,
as
we know
opposed
it's
to
not
down
here,
there.
but I don't think they're going to finish away from the crowd. So usually we finish
Well,
right here somewhere.
what they may be doing, Reg, is just going to that mark
and coming
then
back
coming into home.
to that one.
Yeah.
Still, if you're going to go around that windward mark, you've got to come talk to Susan Chase, because she's certainly positioned herself.
We'll see.
Buzzy likes to sail a long tack and make one tack to the mark if he can.
Yes.
That is usually the way he sails.
Yeah. Stefan will tack all up and down the harbor.
Stefan will make you tack
he does not
20
problem
times.
tacking.
So, folks, we're waiting to see what happens with Lady Sonia.
Well, there's the mark
And
you can see coming into our
the Dove.
view. We just need to figure out.
So we're looking at
That's the Dove
the Dove,
and Lady Sonia.
and they're way down off almost the roll key.
And you
Still
can see
on.
the mark coming into the camera view just to your left.
Okay, so if you look up at the other side here, soon we should see the Susan Chase coming into view. So are they're
Is that
still
a
on?
mark or is that a
They're still on
boat?
port tack, right? Both Dove and Sonia are still on port tack.
Yep.
That's the dangerous maneuver right there. Let's try to see when they tack.
Not
back
yet.
right.
They haven't tacked us yet.
Okay. That's roll key was sitting in the back.
Yes.
That's every point. So they're pretty far down.
Yes.
Down range. And Dove chases Stefan's got his nose on that mark.
Yeah, but I think Stefan is struggling a bit. Doesn't look like he's moving as fast as he was earlier.
He's just going
But
behind
he's
there.
definitely up high.
He's definitely high. And I don't understand why these guys are hanging down there so long. Here she comes. Is that
Here
a tack
comes
from
the
the Dove? Yep.
All right.
Okay, so now she comes back and so we'll see where she points.
And how
This
far
is
away
going to
from
be
the mark she is.
very, very interesting to see the crossing here. And that doesn't look good.
Well, if
So she's
that's
crossed
Chase.
Sonia.
Yeah, and that's it. She's crossed Sonia. Definitely, she's definitely going to cross the Chase.
I'm not sure. That wind might have shifted and
Well, I think, Reg,
Chase's
if
favor.
you look, we can see the Chase coming up.
is that the Chase back there?
Yes.
Okay.
And so the Dove is definitely comfortably, and it looks like Sonia has put some distance between herself and the Chase, or is that old boy that we're looking at?
That's old boy back there. I think maybe not Chase.
We'll have to
Chase
see.
would be on the other tack. Chase would be on the opposite side with Buzzy. Chase should be over here somewhere.
All right, here comes Lady Sonia now on her final tack as she makes her way to the mark.
Okay. So this is now in port. And we
And
should see them.
they're right up on Stocking Island.
There they come. Here comes Susan Chase.
Here comes Susan. Well,
And she's on the mark. Susan Chase is definitely on the mark.
well, here comes the Dove.
Is Dove going around? Can you see that?
Not at the mark yet, but she's headed there. And that's a perfect shot right there from the drone. Gives you a good perspective of where these boats are.
Okay, you can see it better from where you are than I can.
We just need to find out exactly how far they are from that mark. And I think they're coming up on the mark right now. There's your committee boat. There's your mark. Boy, let me tell you, Reg.
She's trying to get in
She
it.
made up some ground.
I'm telling you, she's going to make some ground on that tack.
But
But you don't think it's enough?
She's going to be in second place. I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's going to be in second place. It's going to be close, but it looks like she's definitely going to get there before.
She's going to force come across Buzzy. She'll come across
Buzzy.
Sonia. She'll tack right in front of him because they're going to take it starboard. Buzzy has started.
Buzzy will be coming with a good bit of power at this point.
She's going to tack just.
Wow.
Is she across
Wow.
it? Clean.
Wow.
Oh, lost the cut.
Hey, here comes the tacking.
Okay.
But
She's
is
right
it
across.
going to be
Yep.
enough to keep Buzzy?
Well, Buzzy should go underneath and come around. Let's see if he does.
Not enough room. He's going to have to follow her. And there you have it, folks. Maneuvering by the chase. She's got herself into second place.
We
But
call that tack at the down. That happened
She's going to
down
have
here,
to
right?
give Buzzy just a little bit of room, though, to come around the mark.
Buzzy will stick his nose in there. Here we go. It's got to be Chase.
Yeah. And let me tell you, you have to
It's
give
gotta be
Stefano
Chase.
some credit.
It's got to be Chase.
Those two tacks out.
Okay, so we called it. Chase is into second. Chase into second place. Now they'll go to the leeward mark again, come around that, and finish behind the big boat over here. So that's really.
And so, Reg, Stefan Knowles treating sailing fans to some real good sailing
into
out
second
here.
place. So a lot to be said when you be
Yes.
away. You can't chase. It's like a
We'll
dog
see-
chasing
we'll
its tail.
We'll see whether he takes that particular knowledge
To-
into the A-class sailing today, Reg. But you see, he has an advantage over some of the A-class skippers because this is now his second race.
yeah.
And so he's had a chance to see exactly what the wind is doing out there and where exactly he can gain speed. And so certainly if I were him, going into the A-class sailing today, I would
Well, you notice that the course has changed a little bit because what they've done is they've gone back up along Stocking Island. They've gone back to Monument. Did you see that, Dwight? This is a new change. They've gone back up to Monument. They're going to go around that and then probably come across to a finish. So that's a change in the course from earlier. I've seen this before.
all right, so where's our mark up at the monument?
A marker to Monument should be right at Monument where that boat. See the committee boat there?
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. So they will swing around that mark,
Yeah.
then finish, Reg.
Now I think they're going to come back here. I don't think
don't
they're going
know.
to go back down.
I see a committee boat hanging around
All the
to
boats
the-
are down there.
to the windward marker, so there may just be
Is
a.
that the committee boat there as well? Yeah. No, that's just spectator boat.
And there's a view of the Dove, still holding on to the lead.
Dove and
Stefan now putting a little bit of distance between the chase and Lady Sonia.
Sonia. He went by Sonia by quite some distance. It's got about 5 boat lengths at least right now.
And here comes the Dove around that mark up at the monument. He's about to get to that mark. There's a good shot right there. Jeff Gale and crew,
Old boy bringing up 4th place.
number 18.
This is an interesting twist to have them go all the way back up the monument and then come down here again to stretch the race out. Fans have been asking for longer races.
Yeah.
It's too short for these boats to just sprint up and
Yeah,
come back.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're getting your money's worth today.
All right, so the Dove is now on the mark. And Reg will see exactly where she heads once she's around.
Well, she jives.
All right, dive.
Jive is over. Let's see if she pulls down to here or whether she's going to come back in here.
Looks like she's going to be coming into...
She's coming into Regatta Point.
Into Regatta Point, yes.
I think that's the finish they're looking for.
Yeah.
And this is a really fast finish because this is not a run, but it's a check, and that's going to be really, really fast. These 4 boats have separated themselves from the field now, and so the next boat should be Udiva that we see come into our picture here. And she's a long, long way back from Oh Boy.
There's second place, Susan Chase, now going around the mark. She's gone around the mark.
Good jibe, good clean jibe.
And Buzzy Roll right on her stern, about to come around. There's a shot of Buzzy, who was holding on to second place, but has now had to give up his second place position to Susan Chase.
And look at the distance between Udiva and Oh Boy. As you said this morning,
you seem to get that a lot in sailing, where you get the first 3 or 4 boats
separate,
and they
it's
separate themselves, and you know, not even close between the first lead groups and the second lead groups.
One of the things we don't pay attention to a lot of times is really what's happening with the winds, and this is where sailors and captains like Raleigh Gray and distinguish themselves, because they can tell whether that shift is a permanent shift or a temporary shift, and they go for that. They watch it.
Right.
And some of the other, they don't understand. The top boats know that.
Right.
They stay together, they race together, so they're always in the same winds, and that's
There's
why
a
the
shot
separation comes.
Oh Boy, number 11. She's just
around.
gone around the mark. But at some point, she's going to be followed by Udiva.
At some point.
At some point. So
we
the
didn't get
Abaco
a
fans should be extremely happy, and for those of you in the Abacos who may be following this broadcast on the National Family Island Regatta Facebook live stream, you're very happy. And the Abaconians, they only right now sail in the 2 classes. It Ain't Right, and also
B class.
the B class, Lonesome Dove, and they've been holding their own down.
Well,
for
the Dove is in full flight to
Yes,
this time around.
She's flown the coop. She's flown the
Full
coop.
flight.
Definitely flown the coop, and established her dominance. There were no lead changes in this race. The Dove has led from the beginning, but we've had
Look at the speed
3
of
separate boats, Reg, in second place.
In second
because
place.
We had Oh Boy at one point in second.
Yep. Everybody challenged.
Then we had Sonia in second, and now we have Susan Chase, who definitely looks like she's going to finish in second.
Look at the spread that Dove is carrying in this breeze, though.
Yeah, she's definitely.
That's a big sail.
Yeah, big sail.
That's a big sail.
But
I
she's
think the
getting
other
full
guys
power
are
out of
big
it.
mediums,
Yeah.
and I don't think they can keep up with her.
Yeah.
She's just powering over everybody.
Yeah.
Look at her come here. This is amazing speed.
But I could tell you, if there was another lap in this race, it looks like Susan Chase could possibly catch the Dove, because the Chase made up a considerable
she's made up a
amount
lot of ground.
ground, as you said, throughout the course of this race.
But the tactics of Knowles
Yes.
are kind of similar.
Yeah.
So I don't think Jeff would let him get to him.
What we saw, Reg, though, is you saw the Dove take one track for both laps, and Stefan did the exact opposite, but he did the same thing in the 2. That way both times obviously allowed him to make up some ground.
Remember what we said now. We were saying that Dove should have covered him when he
Right.
took that tack.
Right. Right.
Remember we said that was dangerous.
Yeah, but I think Jeff knew that he had he could afford to lose a couple of seconds.
I'll tell you, he's very fortunate he didn't get a shift.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if that's when he shifted left on him, Stefan would have gone to the mark. It would have been toast. And these are the things you have to read, you know, as you go down the course.
Well, here's our gunboat set up to welcome
any minute
the boats as they come across the line.
The next sound you hear will be?
They're coming right at you, looking right at you in your living rooms. For those of you in front of your computer screens, for those of you who are on your mobile devices, and if you're out here at the regatta site, just let me remind you, what you do is just log on to the National Family Island Regatta Facebook page, and you can watch
and take us with you.
Yeah. Inside, especially when Reg and I are doing our talking, because every now and then, you know,
here comes the gun, folks.
We may shoot something at you.
Any second now, we should get.
Congratulations to Jeff Gale.
Look at the speed on that boat.
Oh, she's really pushing some waves there. Doing extremely well. That is how you would like to see a sailboat sailing. Just look at that.
I can tell you that one of the most exhilarating times is when you're sitting on that sailboat in that position.
Yeah.
You're coming to the mark.
Yeah.
You're in the lead.
Yeah.
You're flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything is well.
Yeah.
The world is good.
Yeah. She's not rocking. She's just steady.
Abaco, get ready. Here she comes.
Perfectly balanced. There's the gun.
There's the gun. Congratulations. That's unofficial from us, but we've got Dub across the line first in the first series race in B class, the 2019 National Family Island Regatta, folks.
Here comes your second place. Stefan Knowles and crew doing an admirable job to sail themselves back into contention. Coming from a fourth place position earlier in the race to now finishing, it looks like unofficially, second.
I think Buzzy's going to regret not covering him
earlier. Yes.
Earlier.
Yeah. I think he
when
decided
he could have
decided to chase
the dove. And the dove had already flown the coop. So Lady Sonia will be the next across the line.
Third place.
And behind her will be Udiva. And if you don't believe these boats are moving quickly, ladies and gentlemen, it's about 2 miles. It's about 1.5 miles to where that marker is. And look at the speed and quickly they close and get to this side.
You know, this race really was over and done with in less than an hour.
And it was a long course.
We had
at least 5 miles.
2.5.
Maybe more. Going to find out from the committee. The same kind of thing on the A-class today.
Absolutely.
If the wind stays where it is.
We don't want to see a short A-class race.
No, we want to stretch out.
We want this race stretched out. We want to see some dueling. We want to see some tacking.
You know, in the old days, they would go behind Goat Key.
Right.
And behind Roll Key.
Really?
So it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and maybe a race didn't finish till 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's a lot of sailing.
So all day, and then they used to go around Stocking Island, of course. You carried your pot and you cooked. The boats, most of the boats had galleys on them back then, but these are race boats.
They probably
not work boats.
They probably, back in those days, you know, you wonder how come some families were so big, because they probably made children while they were sailing.
Oh, not sure about that. I know they did cook though. But everybody thinks that we need the A-class race longer, and I think they're going to try to do that today.
Yeah. An opportunity to see some good sailing, and also gives the sailors a chance to recover, Reg, from what may be a bad start or a mistake somewhere on the course. You know, the race should not be over after one mistake. You should be able to have an opportunity to
and you really can't have a good test if you just go up to a marker and back down.
Right, exactly.
You need to be able to have some tacking, some crossings in place.
All right.
It's going to be interesting today. I'm excited for all of the races, but I'm really excited for the A-class coming up. And let's just say to you folks, that's going to be at 3 o'clock today, is it?
Scheduled for 3.
Let's go to the schedule here. It's going to be at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So it looks like we have a little fight between the Tarian Reg, which is from your sailing club,
With our sailing club,
and
Tarian
also
and
Cobra,
Cobra.
fighting it out for 5th place.
Yeah, Dwayne better get to that light, get here before Tariano. I'll be on his case today. Tarian is the smallest boat out here, folks, but she is so traditional that Dallas does not want to change her. She's exactly the way she was built, and she has a small sail, small mast. She's a small boat, actually, but she's a great heavy wind sailor. Today is not her day.
Looks
but,
like she will get 6th place.
But she's still accounting well. She'll be in 6th place.
7th will be Cobra. 8th looks like it'll be Barbarian.
Cobra might catch her before she gets to the line.
It's close.
And way back at the end,
9th place looks like
number 7.
Lady Natalie.
Is that Lady Natalie?
And then in 10th place, we will have it looks like Queen Drusilla all the way bringing up the end, because Stores is in 10th place.
Stores. So who's in 11?
That'd be Queen Drusilla. She's the only boat that we didn't account for.
Who's that be?
Queen Drusilla.
She had a problem.
She had a problem.
She had a problem. That could be Queen Drusilla.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 7. She did have a problem.
And so that's the way it's gonna finish here for this B-class race.
So let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing now. We're seeing the wind begin to edge to the east. Is that a permanent shift? We don't know. But the big boats are going to come out in a little while, and we're looking for 9 knots this afternoon is what it's supposed to be. Again, we have a very fast surface, small seas, and hopefully steady breeze. They can carry the big sails, and you're going to see some really big sails today on these boats. I expect Legend to have the biggest sails she can carry out there today.
Which is what she wanted to carry yesterday.
So hopefully she'll do that today.
Tony Knowles has been complaining about that all night last night and again today. The sail, they ripped it on and had to ditch it and go with a smaller sail yesterday, but they expect to have that big sail on today.
Well, I'll tell you, if tidal wave sails today like she did yesterday, everybody has to watch out.
If is a very, very...
Well, the reason I say that is because sailing is like golf. You know, one day you've got it all, the next day, who knows?
Well, we're gonna pretend that the tidal wave is like Tiger Woods back in the early 2000s.
So get ready, folks. 3 o'clock this afternoon, right here on Elizabeth Harbor, we are going to have the second matchup between the big boys, the 28-foot boats. The big talk at BOB was the fact that Legend put in a 70-foot mast. I remember one of our commentators referring to it as the pole that Legend couldn't carry. Well, she carried it quite well then. And we're going to see what happens. And then, of course, everybody said the tidal wave. Oh, she's finished. She can't do anything. She's not like these new boats. Well, I think yesterday you got an answer to that. And then, of course, running tide is always running tide, and Stefan Knowles is always Stefan Knowles.
Yeah.
He will fight to the end. But new spoiler on the scene. One Stefano Kemp and a boat called New Courageous.
Yeah.
Be careful of those guys today, because I know that the boat is fast. She's a sled. It's a beautiful boat, and they are really, really, really sailing well.
Absolutely.
So we are about to wrap up the B class for this afternoon. Again, the boats in the fleet: New Susan Chase, Lonesome Dove, Queen Drusilla, Lady Nathalie, Lady Sonia, Udiva, Old Boy, Cobra, Tarian, Barbarian, Stores number 2, and across the line first, folks, Lonesome Dove. So we want to give a big shout out to Abaco, Dwight.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
You guys could really cheer. And this is only the first series race now. Don't forget, we have 2 more races, 2 more days of racing. The wind's going to be changing. But today, Lonesome Dove is the boat to beat in B class.
All right.
Dwight?
All right, Reg, and yeah, so congratulations to Jeff Gale and his crew. Reg, I see that we can just see to our left the Governor General, Lady Marguerite.
Lady Marguerite is here.
Is here on the grounds, and so always a pleasure to see
big
her.
Shout out
to she's been coming to the regatta for the whole time that she's been Governor General.
Oh, she's an Exuma person. People don't know that.
Well, I think people connect her more to Andros than to Exuma.
Yeah.
But she's got some Mackenzie blood.
She's got
in her.
A lot of family here.
Yeah.
A lot of family here. So welcome to all of you who are coming from our sister islands to the National Family Island Regatta. It's always a pleasure to have you here on Exuma, and we hope that you enjoy your stay. Don't just come at Regatta. Come back and visit us as often as you can. We're going to probably take a break now, and we'll come back and wrap up for you just before the A-class race, because my good friend here has to go and rally his troops.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a big
well,
jumping to rush out this afternoon.
We expect to be celebrating after the A-class race. Reg, we expect to celebrate with all of the sailors, but particularly we're going to celebrate with the Staniel Key sailors.
I love the way you're saying that. So
yeah, you know, we're gonna have a good hangout. But again, I'm a fan of sailing, and I welcome sailors from all over the Bahamas. And you know, we have sailors here, obviously from Exuma, Long Island, Abaco, Acklands, New Providence, Ragged Island, Grand Bahama. I'm sure there's some sailors from Acklands. I said that already. Maguana represented here, and it's always fun to have a good chat with the guys once the sailing is over and done with, and as we talk about what happened out there, what didn't happen, you know. And at the end of the day, we all get together and we eat as one.
And if you don't know where to go to watch a race, you can go to the pavilion here. There's a group of guys down there we call the Gang of 8. They're down there. They know every boat and everything, and they can tell you the attacks before they happen. Or go to Regatta Point, because that's really where
the tidal-wave fans are. That's where the tidal-wave fans
and the Long Island guys. That's where the conversation really gets going. So we're going to say thank you so much for being with us. We'll be back for the 3 o'clock race for the A-class.
Yes, tune in.
You have a great time, and we'll see you in about an hour.
All right, Reg. Good show.
Thank you.